No. Why did I do that? No. I'm doing this video because nobody's home right now. As you could probably see, me in the background. Yeah. That was when I was, I think, 8. Yeah. I don't understand why I like that photo. But I am going to be talking about a recent issue and why I have not been uploading lately. That is because of anxiety and depression. Let's go! Why did I do that? Ollie! No, he doesn't want to come over here. Okay. That's my cat. And then, can you see Rose behind me? No? Can you? I don't know. I have 2 dogs and a cat. I've forgotten where the cat is now. Rose is behind me, so is Neffy. His real name is Nefarious, and Rose is real. Yep, that's Neffy. This is Neffy. Neffy, come here. Come here. This is Neffy. He's my baby. And then there's Rosie. Here comes Rose. Her real name is Rosalie, but we call her either Rose or Rosie, because I got to name Rose and my dad named Nefarious after a winery. My dad's, he has a tasting room in Washington. Navarre Cooley, go check it out. He doesn't exactly know that about my YouTube channel, so if you actually go in there, don't tell him about it. But, so, the depression has been getting worse. It kind of, if you're in my position where there's just so much going on to the point where you feel like you're drowning, and then it's like the instinct to not let any water in is so powerful that you won't let it in until it feels like your head's exploding. And then when you finally do let it in, that's when it stops hurting. I mean, like, that's when it all just stops. And how do I know this? Well, it feels like I'm drowning daily. And my concept of life is, it scares some of the kids that I hang out with because they can't exactly comprehend what it's like for me. And I might need medication depending on what my doctor says, but depression isn't exactly a feeling. It's more of a perspective, I guess I should say. And depression isn't exactly just a thing that you can get out of nowhere. It becomes a buildup over time. For me, it started when my parents were fighting. Like, my earliest memories are my parents arguing in the kitchen. And I remember one time while they were arguing, I tried to sneak into the kitchen to grab the whipped cream. 'Cause when you're a kid, you gotta love the whipped cream. And, oh my gosh, I'm surprised I was okay back then. Because the words that my parents were saying to each other. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like that definitely plays a part in my anxiety. And I feel like that's the reason why I'm so afraid of getting yelled at, and I'm kind of shaking right now. But, I don't like getting yelled at. It definitely makes me scared. I've actually recently had a panic attack. I had one last Tuesday. Tomorrow's Tuesday, actually. It's I think it's January 11th. Sorry, sometimes I pronounce things differently, and I'm apologizing again. Yay! I have a problem where I apologize for even breathing. It feels like, or even existing, being human. My friends have to remind me all the time that it's okay to be human. It's okay not to be perfect. Even though I wish I was, I am far from perfect. And I mean like Himalaya mountains far. No, actually, like the sun far. No, actually other galaxies far. Because let's be honest, you'd be surprised. I get bullied a lot for being bisexual and non-binary. And I told this kid that I was bisexual, and the literal fucking look he gave me. I'm not even kidding. He looked at me like, and I was like, here we go again. 95% of my class is homophobic. There are literally 3 kids who actually get how I'm feeling. And it's like, they can't even comprehend. Like, alright, use your one brain cell that is only half functioning to actually listen to me and understand how I'm feeling. And the bullying. I sit there and I listen to these kids. I sit there and I listen to just how much they hurt you. My friend, he has autism and they bully him for it. I get bullied for being friends with him and, like, my sexuality. And I've been questioning my gender lately, so there's that. And it just feels like you're drowning because you can never get a break, and it feels like you're struggling for air, and you can't make it to the surface. You just and I've been bullied most of my life. In kindergarten, I got beat up by 4 boys just for being a girl. Like, back then I was a girl. I'm not so sure now. I don't know if, that's an actual thing, but I'm starting to question it. And being naive back then, you learn, I learned very early on that you cannot trust men in general. I'm sorry, guys, if you're watching this, but seriously, you guys need to take something to just, calm your fucking hormones down. Jesus. And quit being fucking dirty-minded. Okay? People like me? No. That doesn't fly, okay? I mean, yeah, it plays in a little bit to middle school. I mean, in general, but still. I mean, every once in a while, I will stand up and yell at kids because they're so oblivious to the world around them. I mean, yes, I understand that I'm a kid, but I've been hanging around adults for as long as I can remember, and I was I've been raised around mostly adults as far as, right now. And so, I learned very, very early on that there are things that you cannot change that are extremely just, okay, most of my friends, not my friends, but my dad's friends, they come over drunk. And I have to listen to them calling me a brat. I'm like, yeah, maybe sometimes I'm a brat, but that doesn't mean you can call me that straight up to my face. I'm a kid. A literal fucking kid. And they're saying that. And it's again, it feels like I'm drowning. because you're struggling. You're trying to find that place where you can just be safe. And right now, that's non-existent. And then we're questioning equality. Why are we debating that? And my friend mentioned this yesterday. It's not just Black lives that matter when you're saying that. And I was like, yeah, well, white people, we're safe from all of this. So, yeah, BLM is a real thing, and for people who think racism isn't a thing, rain check it is. I mean, why are we debating equality? I mean, some guy in my class said something super racist about my friend, and I don't even want to mention it. I literally stood up and yelled, like, why the fuck are you saying this? I don't understand. Rose, get down. Sorry, dogs. Again, you can see that I'm shaking. Like, I get so worked up over this because I have a reason to. And then I go home, and whenever I feel like something, like sad or happy or mad, my parents act like my feelings are invalid. And it's like I don't even exist. I mean, for some of the kids who might be struggling with depression right now, I can assure you that there are many people who feel the same way, especially at your age. And it doesn't get easier. I can assure you that. But what I will tell you is that there are some people out there who are willing enough, and I've found someone like that, and it's the girl that I like, who accepts me for who I am, and we both like each other, but that doesn't mean that we're gonna date. She just recently got out of a relationship, and she's not ready for another relationship, and I respect her boundaries. Men, seriously, y'all straight guys need to get something correct, okay? First of all, the way you portray yourselves on TikTok, why are you teaching younger generations that that's correct? Like, that's what's going to happen. Those circumstances are not valid, okay? That's not just gonna happen. And number two, I'm not hating on TikTok. Certain people, let's just call the specific person that I'm talking about, Drake. That's not his actual name. But I sit there and I get bullied by him. I sit right next to the teacher. He doesn't do anything. He hears this, and yet he lets me get bullied. And I'm starting to think it's because of my sexuality or me being non-binary. And I can be two completely different people, all right? I can be this sweet, nice, kind person, and then I can be the bitchy person that I am right now. Your choice. Piss me off, I dare you. But anyways, I have been having a lot of trouble keeping my head above the water because there are so many things going on right now, because it feels like my parents think that my opinion is invalid, therefore my feelings are too. And my mother acts like she cares about me, and yet she has a very strange way of showing it. She says, well, you can't just feel like that. And I'll be like, yeah, well, I do. And maybe my feelings are invalid to you, but they are like, they aren't to me. My feelings are a real thing right now, and you have to understand that. I'm your daughter. You should care. And I don't know whether to just, like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I've seriously considered the thought of just, like, being done. I mean, like, yeah, there are some people who will accept you and understand, but there are also those people who will literally, like, they hurt you. And it's so hard because you don't know how to just, like, be yourself anymore. You're trying to just, like, you're trying to figure out this persona that will work with others while you keep on pretending to be happy. And then there comes a time when you'll just, like, completely just not care anymore and just let it all out. And that's good, I guess. I mean, like, it's gotten to the point where I'm basically faking my emotions all the time. And then I guess this is the video that I've been trying to make for so long to explain why I just, like, can't deal with it anymore. And I don't know whether to be sorry or just plain out be a bitch about it. So, I'm sorry, I guess, but also not at the same time. Anyways, I hope you all understand. Anyways, don't know why I'm smiling. Goodbye. Subscribe if this video helped you at all. Or at least give it a thumbs up if that's the least you can do. Or at least watch this video to the end, please. Anyways, goodbye.